Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A person with an unusual or odd personality. A carnival performer who does disgusting acts. A person of a specified kind, usually with many eccentricities. A friendly eccentric. Not having a common center, not concentric. Eccentric circles. Conspicuously or grossly unconventional or unusual. Famed for his eccentric spelling. A person with an unusual or odd personality. A person with an unusual or odd personality. A crystal of snow. Come off in flakes or thin small pieces. A small fragment of something broken off from the whole. A person with an unusual or odd personality. Cover with flakes or as if with flakes. Form into flakes. The substances started to flake. A person with an unusual or odd personality. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy. A human being. A human being. The immaterial part of a person, the actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. Characteristic of or meant for a single person or thing. An individual serving. Being or characteristic of a single thing or person. Individual drops of rain. A human being. Separate and distinct from others of the same kind. Mark the individual pages. Concerning one person exclusively. We all have individual cars. A single organism. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. An entertainer who performs a dramatic or musical work for an audience. An entertainer who performs a dramatic or musical work for an audience. A whimsically eccentric person. A person who is regarded as eccentric or mad. Start by cranking. Crank up the engine. Rotate with a crank. A whimsically eccentric person. An amphetamine derivative, trade name methadone, used in the form of a crystalline hydrochloride, used as a stimulant to the nervous system and as an appetite suppressant. A hand tool consisting of a rotating shaft with parallel handle. Used a boats, inclined to heel over easily under sail. Travel along a zigzag path. A bad-tempered person. Bend into the shape of a crank. Fasten with a crank. A whimsically eccentric person. A rich cake containing dried fruit and nuts and citrus peel and so on. Someone who is so ardently devoted to something that it resembles an addiction. A car nut. Half the width of an M. A whimsically eccentric person. One of the two male reproductive glands that produce spermatozoa and secrete androgens. A small, usually square or hexagonal, metal block with internal screw thread to be fitted onto a bolt. Egyptian goddess of the sky. Gather nuts. Usually large hard-shelled seed. A whimsically eccentric person. A person who is regarded as eccentric or mad. A whimsically eccentric person. Foolish. Totally unsound. A screwball proposal without a prayer of working. A pitch with reverse spin that curves toward the side of the plate from which it was thrown. A person who is regarded as eccentric or mad.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.